Alright, hopefully this is working. Welcome, Bear, to Total War. This is how total the battle will become eventually, including almost every element and mechanic of the game into one. Kind of how it works. Starting off, this is in Egypt. Hopefully. Looks like it. For our first mechanic, our forces were force-marched through the desert. This gives them extra movement range on the campaign map, but not the battlefield. Since this is Egypt, there is a lot of sand and heat. This causes our second mechanic called attrition. You'll notice that a lot of our units start off damaged heavily. I was using Force March to get through as much of the desert as fast as possible to do the least amount of attrition. If you spend a turn in the desert, you take even more damage than just walking through it. Our third mechanic related to the start here is also related to Force March. When in combat, all of your troops that are Force Marched will be exhausted. Completely have no energy, reduce their speed, their damage, and all their combat stats. Luckily for us, they also force marched some of their units, as the attrition will show. Like, they tried to get to us really quickly and took damage doing so. You'll notice the red, very tired icons here. That's what that is. Some of these ones weren't in force march. They just walked through. Some of our chariots here are very tired as well. And I guess with that, that's all the background information that I had written. And so now it's time to begin. I've turned on all of the icons and all the background stuff so you can see. It's not normally this visually crazy, but it's easier to describe. So we begin. Here, all of my units are unspottable or hidden, judging by the little eye with the cross through it. So they don't actually know we're here, and we can't actually see all of their troops either. This is only because of the recording are we able to see what they are. Right now, at this point in the battle, I couldn't see a single one of them. I moved my chariots forward to become available and seen so that they would draw over here, hopefully creating a space for them to run around and getting most of their units engaged in our back line over here. So this is our general. If he dies, dramatic penalties. So I immediately pulled him behind here because I couldn't risk him getting caught or killed, which was a good decision in hindsight because rest in peace, chariots. Over here we have our staunch line of spears, which I forgot to put in their shield spear formation for a very long time, apparently. And then archers behind them. Now, I've juiced these archers. They've got a lot of ammo, and they fire really fast, but a lot of their forces have shields. You can see by the icon behind their armor. Oh, it doesn't actually let me select units in the review. Armor on the left shows a little icon. That shield indicates their percentage of missile block chance, where it just negates ammo completely. While the archers are very helpful, they dump their ammo pretty quickly. So here, they have become hidden again because they have removed their icons have reappeared, so I push the chariots forward again to try and get them seen and drawing more people over here. I'm going to fast forward the battle a little bit. We now see that they have immediately started moving really quickly. So I threw my leftmost chariot around, which I should have done in hindsight with all of them, because most of their chariots are over here going to the right, and they cut off my access. This white line here is the edge of the map, so I can't go any further that way, and immediately there they come, cutting off my access. So I had to quickly turn him around. I left this guy in the center thinking that I could, you know, go a direction, but that didn't work out very well. Again, should have sent them around this way. They've got 3 times as many units as we have, but these are the most elite troops I could manage. They do have a couple elite troops, you'll note by their gold icons. The ones with a portrait above them are their generals. The only general that's important to this battle is this guy here, the first icon, which is him. Because if we kill him, they take massive penalties as much as to if they kill our general. So now I've realized there's no flanking this side, not with any of this. Especially spears, because spears are anti-large, anti-cavalry. They will destroy chariots in seconds. You can't even let them click. So what I realized here is this one might not make it. This one on the right is definitely not going to make it. So I pulled them back behind the line to at least do something. This is a very big criticism of Pharaoh. The maps are very small for chariots. There's like no maneuverability here. So instead I put them behind the line to shoot arrows as much as they can and absorb shots that would otherwise go into more valuable targets like our general or archers. Our spearmen, they're not gonna care at all. I've juiced them that they have a little bit of stamina regeneration. We can see here. Almost. I had it for a second. This is why I turned that pop-up off. There we go. Now they're going into shield formation, spear wall formation. They got all close and tight together. I realized that. Red flash means formation failed. I thought he was done. So as we see, I made the mistake. I let my chariots get caught. They literally killed 2, which you can see on the skull icon on the left of their unit card there. 2 of 42 chariots is a lot. That's not good. But these chariots have killed 25 people with their missiles. Not that bad. If you look at our one guy who did manage to do his job over here, he's distracting at this point in time. They have more hidden units. 3 hold units for 1. They think that this chariot is worth these 3 units to go kill. We need all of them drawn away as possible to, you know, allow our line to not get hamburgered. So he's going to basically play like chicken and dump all of his ammo in and kill as many people as possible and take any charges that can happen. However, the main battle's over here now, where I completely forgot to move these guys behind my line. And as you can imagine, chariots are huge targets, so this is not a good idea. This shows how very bad this battle was going. This general here decided he wanted to get close, and I just said unleash hell. But we didn't actually kill him. There's only 4 units left, and we didn't kill him. He's like invulnerable to hell.
The enemy general has perished.
And then we killed him. But since he wasn't the main general, it does not matter. That does happen for all the generals, but that usually is to tell you you've lost. You're going to get losses. Over here, they've committed another spear unit, which is very bad news, so I had to start moving around. And they've got like a unit hidden up here behind the mountain, which I didn't realize. some people started making a charge in. We got a lot of arrows. The really good thing about camping on the edge of the map here is that they'll immediately route off the map like this, not wasting as many arrows. And I have to burn down the enemy archers ASAP, or else they're just gonna get free kills. Pardon me. Every archer that dies on our line loses their entire ammunition. So if one you can see ammunition here is at 27 on the left. It also gives you a huge number pool, which doesn't exactly matter. If one unit dies, they lose all that 25 ammo. It's just gone. So it's very important to keep them alive, right? So first thing is I'm shooting all their archers, which I thought, they don't have that many archers. I might be able to do it. A guy over here is shooting. He's not doing too bad. He's at this point of distraction. He's only killed 30 people. They're all shielded, by the way, which is why this is not going very good. Because they put their shields up, and the arrows come in, and it does like nothing. You can literally see the arrows sticking out of their shields. Oh, there's the surprise clubman that nearly got me. These guys here they do have some lethality, which is another mechanic where there's a chance on hit to just instant kill based on the amount of armor they have, which is why my spearmen are super armored up to reduce lethality. But if they've got shields, that even reduces that. So with that, we'll speed up the battle a little bit. Because it's gonna get chaos. At this point, I have marked all of their archers to be shot by mine, and our chariots are just getting annihilated. There goes one. He's dead. That's how fast they go. So I kind of got distracted by the main battle and left this guy a little too long, and he got clacked into. Though, the little sword icons here give you a quick example of how the battle between the two is going. And I didn't realize, but my chariots were winning? Unexpected. So, later, I'll charge them through and annihilate that unit completely. Alright, new mechanics.
One of your units has depleted their ammunition.
Ammo is run out for some of my archers because, well, they fire really quickly. And here you can see the running icon means routing, and the skull and flag item banner means routed. They're done. They're not coming back again. But these running men, they could return, depending on factors. Our front line's coming in. Our spears are holding. This is sort of the problem. They're wrapping around the edge. I didn't really have any units hidden, don't worry about that. They knew they were all here anyways. When the archers run out of ammo, I started pushing them into the melee fight. This one archer kind of got the brunt of some volleys. And there they go. Also, downside to be on the edge of the map, if they rout, they're not coming back. They'll immediately hit the edge of the map and be gone. At this point, I thought I've annihilated most of their archers. But then immediately over here you see 1 and 2. So my chariots are over here, and there's like 7 units that were following this one chariot. All the better. Our spears can hold, but they're not good at killing per se. I tried to increase their lethality, but melee units have a lot of armor. And we never got their general in the end. Because he's over here and he didn't die. Which, the fact that he is routing does give them a leadership or morale penalty. The white bar you'll see or might have seen on the pop-up. If the morale is low, they rout. My guys or our guys, I should say, are all very not gonna let that happen. They're staunch. I've charged some of my archers in to do battle, and help with the battle here and killing. But you can see they're not doing very well. Melee unit losing decisively. So I had to pull them out. They're taking too many casualties to continue. Over here, I had realized that our clubmen were losing in battle, so I charged the chariot straight through, and they're gone. Sorry I missed the chariot charge, but we're gonna have a lot more in a couple seconds. The archers, again, they're hidden to try to do flanking maneuvers on normal maps, but not this battle. So our chariot over here is still trying to get them and get out of this corner, because there is no... It's a corner, as you can see with these white lines. There's no space to run. So I'm trying to route him over here, where I know there's a club, archer, and archer. Club, archer, archer. Instead of spear, spear, spear. Like, they'd be done. At this point, I'm trying to get my chariots to shoot their remaining archers that have made it to the line, and their chariots, because the more free kills that anybody can get, the worse. So really trying to not lose my general as well. Look how much damage they've already taken, and these chariots are nearly done. Spear line is holding up. At this point, I haven't realized how badly the archers are doing in melee. That sound was them casting my general casting a command, which you can't see apparently. I've learned. Chariots coming through. As soon as their general hits the edge of the map, they'll get a morale debuff, but you can already see they've already taken some based on the white bar, and they're shooting my general now. We'll speed things up because it's just a meat mash now. Here's some action. Actually. This game is so beautiful. Now is when I realize my archers are not helping. In fact, they're getting crumpled, so they're being recalled out of the front line. They have a sword. They actually do pretty good damage, but only when they're not able to be attacked, like to be charged from the back when they're out of ammo. Their silly general decided to charge their cavalry into my line of anti-horse people. You can see they're anti-large by the icon on their damage side. I can't hover over it because it will go away. There we go. Bonus versus large. And then you can hover over the damage bar, and here's 28 damage. But the bonus damage completely ignores armor. So they get skewered. Which is also why I'm avoiding all of these spears over here with this chariot, who is almost out of ammo. And I got their second one at this point. Their axemen. Which are extremely dangerous. And they do bonus damage to anti-shields, which I can't put my cursor over because I'd need to get really close to the... There we go. Bonus versus shields. Which are our guys, hence why this isn't going so well. Though you can see all of our spears are mostly winning in battle with their little unit is winning icon. I couldn't do anything with our archers here anymore aside from let them soak up the shots. Does it show this little icon above their head is a buff from my general. That's also why he's here. It gives them bonus to their spears, but doesn't show when I can't select the unit. So over here, I managed to completely crush this one unit of archers. Just... Yeah! Yeah! These are my most valuable units. 400 kills. There is no hope! That's the Kushite archers speaking, because they're routing. Every unit has different voice lines for everything, which is also, I wonder if I can do. Did I tell you I love the Total War franchise? Or did I tell you I love the Total War franchise? So here I'm trying to get these archers, but I notice there's too many archers. I think we're dead, so I'm trying to get the best of these chariots. Here come the arrows. But there go their archers. And I'm a little lucky that, oh jeez, that's brutal. That they just stood there and took it. Though they're not good fighters as much as chargers. At this point I thought I had routed the archers, which I had not. Well, not all of them, and especially this one I didn't get a good charge into, and they're destroying me from over here. Well, you can actually see these units have a rank on them in the replay, so they're very, very good. At this point, he's out of ammo. The only thing he can do is charge. There's no juking around that can be done anymore. I thought, I'll go get these guys. That won't be that bad. There can't be any more archers around here, right? And I can circle around. I'm very wrong. They're hiding in the desert. So many dead! Route that one. Trying to get this other unit. Not enough charge. Not enough velocity. And we basically get stuck. And surrounded. Javelins. 3 archers. It's over. These guys are forfeit. As much as it may look like they're good. Now, this is what happens. When you know you've lost, at this point you know you've lost your unit. And there they go. Like nothing ever mattered. Rest in peace, boys. You ended up getting 660 kills, which is like 3 or 4 whole units. Now we return back to a meat grinder fest, which has not changed at all, and was the reason I was focusing on the chariotry, because that's all the micro. And at this point, we fast forward. At this point, I'm thinking I've lost, because I've lost my upper hand. So I put my archers back in to try to provide a morale shock, do more damage, route them faster. It does work, sort of. But then they bring in their chariotry over there and more units, and they just get wrapped. I was thinking about moving chariots at this point through the center line of my spears formation. They do move aside, but there's nowhere to move them, and I'm not moving my general. He can issue like shields up commands and other things, as well as if he dies, we lose a lot. We lose a lot of morale. And that might be enough for our line to fold. Even though some of us are winning. Ones like this one over here, they're exhausted. And the other mechanic that plays less importance, but you'll see the armor symbol beside the thing, their armor takes damage, so they could lose what makes them so defensive over a long protracted battle. You see there's one little eye icon over this one guy. He's invisible to us at this point. We can't see him in the battle, but in the replay they show that. So I also don't know that they've got some more missile units incoming than they're showing. Missile, 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 missile. I'm thinking we're screwed. But up here you'll note this is the balance of power. And it's enemy troop count versus our troop count. You'll notice I've actually killed a lot of people. I didn't know this at the time. But we're about to win on what's called army losses. Basically, they hit enough losses that they rout, and they take a massive morale penalty. Ooh, it does actually show me their morale. You see, general dead, exhaustion, friends routing. So the more that rout in an area, the more that cause others to rout in a mass rout. This is only for historical total wars because, well, humans did that in real life. So you have to make sure the morale is strong. Also why I keep moving these archers around to support the sides that are wavering. And we think, oh no, they've got all these missile units lined up. And we're wavering really hard. We might not make it. I was about to concede defeat, which is a button you can press. You can see boom, 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 boom. Army losses. And that is how you apparently win a very one-sided battle. It's against you in every single way. And I hope this video is not too long and you've enjoyed some of this. At the end here, I could easily chase with the chariot and run down their units to make subsequent battles easier to fight, but I have many other armies in Egypt that can easily come and reinforce. I just didn't want to lose if I could help it. Heroic victory, I think I mentioned before. Basically, the game did not think there was any way in hell that I would win, so it gave me the heroic victory. And I do bask